What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we are on the test server here, and we will be doing a how-to guide on Phryigus the Trovemaster, one of the most frequent bosses you're going to run into in the brand new content area, the Grim Forest. But first, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you guys are enjoying the content so you guys can come back for future content. And with that said, without further ado, let's jump into this video here. So we're going to head into the Grim Forest, the brand new content area that just dropped this week. We are on the test server here, so I do have a couple extra days of progress compared to the live servers here today, just so we can show a couple examples here of Firegus. We got the 225 level Firegus here. It goes up to 300. So I found the 275 and I found the 300 Firegus here. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to go through the general mechanics and basic strategy on how to defeat Firegus. So Firegus is unlike the other bosses where he is actually more of a damage test. Similar to how Chimera and Clan Boss are, you basically just hit them for damage and then you get a score at the end, and your reward will be based on the score that you get. So for example, this 225 level Firegus, based on the rewards, this is how much damage we need to do. We need to do 10 million damage to get the top reward. However, the first reward is very important as well because it gives you this XP. XP is very important in the Grim Forest as it pushes your account forward, allowing you to get additional stats which improve your team and champions, making it easier to get better and better gear, stats which progress your account through the Grim Forest. So with that being said, the first thing you guys should be trying to do is get at least this 2 million threshold as mentioned. Now, the other thing with Firegus is that you can actually attempt to do Firegus multiple times so that you can come back in the future and then max out this damage once you get more XP for your account, for example. Maybe you got more Cheerios to improve your stats. You can come back and try him again. It's going to be worthwhile because you need these coins and gold to buy things in the vendor. Obviously, these things will improve your entire account, all your champion stats. And then, of course, these chests here for the gear, the Mercurial set is actually very, very good. So something to look out for. And this makes Firegus one of the most important bosses to actually focus on because it gives you access to those really, really strong gear pieces. All right, guys, we're going to jump in and show you a bit of content here with Firegus. We're going to do the champion draw here. I'm just going to go with whatever is given to us. No big deal. So let's jump right into this. The biggest thing you would need to consider against this boss is you need a way to basically heal up or take damage, or you can mitigate damage, or you can revive your team. You also need champions that can actually deal damage as well. You could bring something like block debuffs as well. He does land a couple debuffs, decrease speed, decrease attack. You could bring resistance to resist his ability to steal your buffs. But otherwise, we're just going to try to deal with this gold-plated ability that he has and basically soaking up the damage that we will take from killing his gold plates. So with that in mind, let's draft our team here. I mean, in terms of just mitigating damage, having a 9-piece protection Neve is definitely going to make things a lot easier. Let's pick up some damage dealers here as well. Let's go with Harima and Taras, very good damage dealers on our side. And how about we bring in Donatello, who's really, really strong. Turn meter boost, and he has a very good passive. And let's try Oella here in this spot as well. She does bring a big heal. She does bring resistance and a decreased speed as well. So I think we have a pretty tanky team here. We have block damage, which is great. Neve also brings a big heal, ally protection as well. We have the Harima passive. We have cleansers. We have increased resistance. And then Oella actually brings some big healing as well. So this is a very well-rounded team. I would probably suggest 2 damage dealers to get the job done and then 3 support champions. Lasting 30 turns against him is actually quite difficult. So you need the proper team to go to 30 turns so that you can do the damage to clear the top reward. Now my account is pretty advanced, so this first stage of Firegus the Trovemaster on 225 is probably not going to be very difficult. But I just want to show you guys exactly how this encounter is going to go and how you guys can do the best you guys can with what you have. So let's jump into this. Let's start the battle here. I'm going to move myself back to the other side. All right. Instead of going auto, let's see exactly what we want to do here. So let's put up the block debuffs here from Neve. And then we'll go from here. We have the turn meter boost, increased speed. That's really nice here from Donnie. And then we're going to go with the resistance up. That's going to protect us from his debuffs. Harima's going to come in here with the decreased defense. Taras with the big AoE slam here, getting boosted up by buffs. You can kind of see how crazy that gets. Neve's going to be able to do some additional damage here because the boss is under 50% HP. Okay, and then Donnie. There we go. I didn't want to use, I guess it doesn't matter. The A2, you can use it into his evade. It's totally fine. So we're going to reset our stuff. And then you can kind of see here the gold stack. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the 5 gold stacks that he actually applies on himself. Happens every 5 turns, I believe. Yes, 5-turn cooldown. And this is where we have to be a little bit careful. Like I said, my account's very progressed, so all these champions will be able to handle this without too many issues. But what you want to be aware of is that every time you break these bars, you will be getting a bunch of damage reflected back onto your team. So you need to be kind of prepared for that. Whether you have increased defense, strengthened, shields, whatever, unkillable, you need to be prepared for that damage coming in. A heal right after taking the damage would be great, having your revives up, etc, etc. So if you have the option between choosing a big damage ability or a small damage ability, it will depend on how close you are to breaking these stacks and whether you're ready to deal with the damage that's coming in. Okay, so Owella, you know, pretty passive champion here. We're just going to enhance our team with some heals. Probably could have saved that. Harima breaks a stack. We take some damage, but we have lots of shields. We have ally protection, so we're very covered in that spot. Neve, we're going to save her big heal ability. Donnie's going to come here with a turn meter boost, and then Taras. Taras is going to break a bunch of the stacks here, most likely. Let's see what happens here. Yep, he's going to break all the stacks because his A2 is just absolutely insane. You see, it breaks all of our shields, and actually Donatello took some damage there, which is totally fine. We can actually heal up here with Neve. No problem. There we go. Neve heals everybody up. And now it's time to deal damage against the boss. He does have an evade, so that's something to look out for as well. And then we were protected against his block, decreased speed, and then his, what is it? Decreased speed and, yeah, decreased attack. So we're protected against his A2 because we have block debuffs up. There we go. We apply Brimstone. Brimstone's a great way for you to apply damage, a lot of damage, without having crazy stats. So Brimstone's very good for that. If you have a Brimstone champion, make sure you guys bring that along. Now, keep in mind that sometimes the Brimstone damage can break the gold plates. So you kind of have to be a little bit prepared for that as well. All right, so let's drop the big nuke here from Taras. It's going to do a lot of damage. And then Neve's going to come in here with the big hit, and then we get a shield out of it as well, so very nice. Evade just happened there, so good thing we didn't blow like a big attack. Got an A1 off, and then we'll save Owella's heal for later on. We got the increased resistance going on. We're going to drop decreased attack here, decreased crit rate. It's going to be a nice little bit of protection, and Taras doing lots and lots of damage there. Very nice. All right, we're going to go in here with the triple hit, lots of damage, softening him up. Premier boost with the resistance, ally protection, block debuffs, and now we're ready. So also another thing is you want to take more turns than the boss, right? Because once the plates are down, you want to deal as much damage as you can. So having increased speed is definitely going to help. Turn meter boost definitely going to help. For example, Donatello has turn meter boost. We have increased speed here. It's very, very nice. So Taras, big AoE slam. Harima, big AoE slam. And then we have a buff extension with the heals. That's totally fine. And then Neve's going to come in here with the A2, pitch in a little bit of damage. Taras, again, let's try the A2 in terms of overall damage here. Let's see how much damage it does. Wow, the A2 does tons of damage. 1.5 million versus the 1 million from the AoE. So really, really insane. And yeah, we're just going to be doing lots and lots of damage against this boss. Now the plates are going to come back up. We could, try to kill ourselves off, right? We can try to kill ourselves off. Taras's AoE is probably going to do lots of damage, maybe break off all the plates. But we're going to try to kill ourselves off here. There we go. We dropped 3 plates. We did a bunch of damage. You see all the shields get chewed through. But yeah, we have ally protection, so we're in good shape. And then we got the big heals. We got a couple champions with heals. And then Harima's going to come in here, break another plate. We're going to reset our skills. Heal up with Owella. See the big heal there. And then we're going to come back in here with the A2, break the plates. Excess damage goes straight to his body. And then we're going to heal up again with Neve. We're very safe here. We have a very good team, actually, to deal with this. But it's going to get way, way more difficult in the higher stages. Mainly because you have less champions to choose from. So you have to be really careful with your deck. what you bring. You have to have a good mix. Like I said, healing's great, ally protection works great, increased defense, all that stuff. Strengthen, and you have to time your skills so that you're ready for those plates all breaking off. So in this case, we're basically done the top damage already. It doesn't show the damage, but it was only 10 million. So I'm just going to cash out here and end the fight. So end battle. And yes, we get the top chest reward, 480, I believe. Let's just double check here. 1 second. We get the XP, which is great because it progresses our account. Let's choose this one, sure. And then we'll just double check. Yes, so here we cleared the 10 million. So this is what you want to do. You want to get, at the very minimum, you want to get the XP from this, 2 million, the bottom damage threshold. And then later on, once your account has leveled up with the XP, or you've gotten curios or whatever, you want to come back with stronger champions and then clear the top damage threshold so you can pick up the additional coins and gold so you can buy stuff from the shop. All right, so we tested the 225 Firegus, so that's the lowest one. So let's now jump right into the 300 Firegus and see how well we can do. There's a couple things here that's going to make it a lot more difficult, and the big thing is we get half the amount of champions. Or actually, is it half? Yeah, we get half the amount of champions to choose from, only 5 from each team. All right, so let's draw the champions here. Obviously, we're looking for a champion like Neve. Neve is massive because she has ally protection, healing, shields. So yeah, a champion like that would be absolutely amazing. But there's lots of champions that can kind of fill that role, right? You just need something to cover all those kind of buffs. Ally protection, shield, healing. So actually, in this case, we actually do have Neve, but we don't have super strong damage dealers. Now, I didn't create this deck 100% properly. I kind of just picked champions kind of randomly and then jumped into this on the test server. On my main account on the live server, I actually produced the proper deck, made a proper deck. I'll provide a link in the description below how I made my deck for the live server. But for the test server, I did not create things properly. We're going to use a redraw token here, which is really, really useful. So we got 3 of those. Let's try to redraw. We did get Neve again. This time we got way better options, and we will definitely be keeping this one. And then we'll draft the team from this. Let's confirm this. Let's draft the team from the champions that we have. So we did have one key champion. This is going to be this champion here. For your account, it could be, you know, your best champion that fills this role, right? Again, we're going to take Taras. He's going to be a big damage dealer for us. Oella is also going to be very strong here as well. Now, since we're on level 300 Firegus, this is probably the maximum difficulty for this boss that I can see anyways. You can kind of see here the damage is 35 million to clear the top chest. It's obviously going to be quite difficult. And my account is only level 11. So I don't actually have the account stat boost that you could possibly have for this encounter. So you can definitely save this, you know, top tier boss to try to go for the top tier damage later on in the month. Because you can level yourself up to level 30 and then you can basically accumulate all the stats to improve your champions. Right now on this account on the test server, I'm only level 11. So I don't have a lot of stats. I don't think I'm going to hit this at all, but we'll try our best. Maybe we can clear the 8. That'll be kind of nice just to kind of test our account here a little bit. I like this draw here. It doesn't seem too bad, but we only really have 1 damage dealer. So here I think we will probably go with 2 ally attackers, and that's going to help us get a bit of damage through to the boss. Let's see how it works. Let's see how this kind of team works. We still have the healing. We still have the ally protection here. We have 2 turn meter boosters as well. We have the brimstone. We have a little bit of cruelty here to soften him up a little bit. You could debuff Firegus as well if you're struggling for damage. Let's see how well we do here. Come on. Move ourselves back. All right, let's trick it off auto. All right. He's ally attack was the open here. Let's go protection. So we're going block debuff. So that's going to protect us from the decreased speed and the decreased defense. Decreased attack from the A2. We're going to go increase resistance here. That's going to protect us further from the steals. Let's push the damage in right here. Going to go ally attack. We got lots of buffs going on. Obviously, the boss is going to be way faster as well on level 300. So let's drop the big nuke here while we have lots of buffs. Extension on all our buffs, which is very nice. Can go decrease attack again. All right, so now is the gold plates time. So you notice that he took some damage on his gold plates. That was from the brimstone. So definitely bring in Brimstone if you guys have it. It's just going to be, one of those accessible pieces of damage here. Now for Owella, I'm going to save her heal ability. Her A2 is a big heal. 30% of their health is going to get healed up. So I want to save that just after when all the plates start breaking off. So I don't want to use that yet. So let's just use the A1. Turn meter boost. We could definitely turn meter boost and increase speed and then remove some of the debuffs, but we're not going to get debuffed here. Let's just use the A1. We don't want to, we don't need to use this at this point. The cleanse, it might be useful later on. We do get a cooldown refresh here a little bit, but nothing crazy is going on here. So we're just going to A1. Let's see what happens when Taras uses his A2 and breaks some of these plates. How much damage will we take? There we go. We broke off quite a bit, and we get an extra turn here because of the Merciless set. He is a 9-piece Merciless. Let's see how much damage we take. And boom, look how much damage we took there. No, that's a lot. That was a lot. We broke the shields, ally protection was happening, and now Neve's passive triggered. Now Neve is an obviously incredible champion for this encounter because of her block damage, and also because, she brings healing, ally protection, she brings everything. And now because we saved Owella's heal ability, we can heal up now. There we go. Perfect. Now we can do turn meter boost. Maybe we'll get back to our attacking abilities since the plates are gone. Mikage's ally protection is open. And now we'll just start doing some damage here. So let's get to it. Get some damage going. Broke off the plates again. Taras going in. Evade's happening. Let's go for the turn meter boost. Resistance up. More attacking, got reset. Nice little ally attack reset here. Let's keep going. More damage going in. Extension. Let's do a big heal. We're back up to full health here. All right. And Taras with the big AoE slam. Oh, got evaded. So that's the problem there, right? He does manage to evade a little bit of the damage there from the Taras hit. A little bit unfortunate. But it is what it is. That's kind of the odds you take, right? Let's see here. What else we can do? Let's just keep pumping damage through. We can save Owella's heal. Everybody's nicely healed up, so no big deal there. Turn meter boost here. So here comes the plates right back. So we need ally protection on everybody. I think ally protection is on everybody, so we're all good. We don't need the heal yet from Neve. Decrease attack, decrease crit rate. That's nice. Taras with the A2, and we could not break the shield. Oh, I think because of the decrease attack, maybe? I don't know. That wasn't enough damage to break one plate. A little bit strange. I'm going to save the heal there with the ally protection. And let's ally attack. Let's see if we can break a plate here. There we go. There we go. Remember, he cannot evade. He can't evade when he is gold plated. So we can actually stick quite a bit of damage into him at this time by breaking the plates. But we have to be able to survive the damage. So that's the big thing here. Let's heal up, get the ally protections refreshed, and let's go back in with the ally attack. See if we can break some plates. We do. Dishes out some damage to himself. Let's heal up. Why not? We extend some of the buffs as well. Taras goes in. Ally attack again. So you can kind of see how we only have one damage dealer with Taras, and even though it's just one damage dealer, he's still performing pretty good. We have two ally attackers, and we don't even have decreased defense going on right now. So let's extend our buffs. Very nice. Let's turn meter boost. Very nice. Turn meter boost again. All right, and then Taras with the big slam here. Not quite. A little bit of shields. Oh, big shield actually. And I'm just gonna slowly hit him with the supports. We don't need that right now. Decrease attack landed. Ally attack going in. Let's see if we can do some more damage. Yep, broke some plates. Big slam here from Taras, broke plates. Neve with the block damage. Obviously very strong, like I said. Neve. Here we go. Perfect champion for this. Everybody's healed up. Everybody's ally protected. It's all good. All good right now. There you go. Plates better. Plates are back up. Plates are back up, guys. Let's go. Ross, big slam, ally attack. So we'll just be doing this for a little bit here. We're doing, not too bad, right? We're doing about 750k about 750k per turn. So that's going to probably not get us, that's not enough damage to clear the top chest, but that's going to come. That's going to come eventually once we start getting some more stats. So I think personally it's very, very good progress for this specific kind of team comp. For interest's sake, I'm going to run this through and then we'll come back at the end results. All right, guys, so the fight actually ended pretty quickly once you set it on full auto. But we obviously did not clear the top damage chest here. We cleared, what did we do? We did about 13 million. So we cleared the second chest, but this is not bad. This progress is very good for a level 11 account in Grim Forest at this time. So you can always come back and do this again. Now I'll show you guys some of the gear that I've been using on these champions, so you guys get an idea of how difficult it was for champions of these caliber. Obviously, I'm an endgame player. These are endgame pieces of gear, endgame gear sets for these champions. Lane Mikage here running very fast, over 350 speed with 300 accuracy for this content. We have Taras here in a 9-piece Merciless set. So he's built for damage. We have Neve here in a 9-piece protection set. The protection set's very good. Doesn't allow the boss to steal your stuff. So make sure you guys can try to put that together for her. A shield set really helps. So a shield set, you can actually start off and then protect your team from a bit of damage from the boss. And then we had Podrick here in a 9-piece protection set. So a 9-piece protection set would really, really be helpful because the boss does steal your stuff once in a while. We didn't have anybody with crazy resistance. Owella here had 400-ish resistance. We did have increased resistance on her, so it was unlikely that her stuff would have been stolen or her turn meter dropped, but everybody else didn't have crazy resistance. Only Mikage had resistance here, but 3 out of the 5 did not have resistance. So even with increased resistance, they probably would have had debuffs applied to them or turn meter getting stolen or decreased if it wasn't for like block debuffs and stuff like that. But we are tackling the level 300 boss here. Like I said, guys, to recap exactly how to deal with the Trovemaster here, bring healing, a reviver, ways to survive, decrease attack, ally protection, increase defense, strengthen, shields, go fast. Block debuffs would be great. If you don't have block debuffs, then bring a cleanser, and then bring a bunch of damage, of course. After that, you just have to manage your damage and healing during the fight and just do the best you can. You guys can refight the boss later on once you guys have better stats on your account as you progress through the month. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully it was helpful and informative to you guys. Hopefully this gets you guys through the Firegus the Trovemaster. Have a great time in the Grim Forest for your first month. Once again, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. It would really, really help me out, and I would appreciate that. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.